I welcome everyone here to Clare GATV from the Clare GA quarters in Clare Abbey. This initiative for us this year, we're going to do a podcast for most of the county fans of hurling and football, all being well, and we're kicking it off today with, I suppose, what is one of the premier competitions in Clare GA, the Minor A Hurling Championship for the Willie Chaplin Cup. A great GA man from 600 Bridge who passed away in the late 80s, and I suppose in a couple of weeks' time we're going to have a thrilling renewal of this final between two clubs who've been in the Minor A finals in recent times, one successful, one not so, and they are Feakle, Killenana and Corofin, Ruan. We have two great Gaels from those clubs with us today. We have Martin Smith from Feakle, Killenana, and we have Jerry Hagan, the brother of the legendary referee Ambrose from Corofin, Ruan. Ambrose moved to Corofin to be away from Jerry, who was living in Ruan. So I suppose that's welcome to two of you first to being here tonight. It's a great occasion for you. I suppose we'll start with you first, Jerry. You were in the county final last year, a brilliant occasion for Corofin and Ruan. Your first time, I suppose, together winning the championship. What's it mean to you?
Oh, Michael, it was phenomenal. It was absolutely unbelievable. If Ruan and Corofin weren't amalgamated, Ruan would probably be playing sea hurling. And that's the reality. So it was awesome. The occasion was awesome. The result was absolutely brilliant. It was fantastic. It was an awful boost to our club. And the bigger picture is, even though this is so important at the moment, and this final coming up is so important, but the bigger picture is the Ruan club and the Corofin club going forward to bring these young lads into adult players and to represent their clubs. So that's the bigger picture, and we're doing our bit in that regard.
I suppose you won the 16A in 2018 over in Gortine when you defeated 600 Bridge in a tremendous final. So I suppose, and also too, I suppose, before we move on to Martin, was it, with your adult teams this year, both in Corofin and Ruan, and I was speaking from my perspective, you feed an awful lot of those young players in intermediate championship both clubs. So obviously the rewards for the work is coming through.
Yeah, these young lads now are just about breaking through. It is an awful big step up to go from underage to adult, especially to go from minor to adult. But yeah, these are our future, these young lads coming through, and we look forward to them putting on the Ruan jersey and putting on the Corofin jersey over the next couple of years.
That's it. And Martin, welcome as well to yourselves. I mean, Feakle and Killenana are in the same situation as Corofin and Ruan, each are trying together, I suppose, for survival, and it's kept both clubs running as adult clubs as well. So you won the Minor A final a couple of years ago on a couple of occasions with Sean Dinn, who's a selector with you now, and Cahan Noonan and guys like that. What's it mean for you to qualify for a Minor A final last weekend?
Oh, it's massive. It's massive. We're back. We started out. We were only 20 of a panel, and like between the two clubs, that's 20 hard got lads, like, and it's unbelievable. We targeted a top 4 finish, and to be in the final is unbelievable for these young lads. Like, I think 17 of them, or 16 out of the 20 are underage again next year, so they're really, it's unbelievable at the moment for them, that bunch, what they've put in, and what as going forward for the two clubs. Like, it's great to be playing A hurling.
And you've also won, none of these as part of your report, but you won a 21A in recent years as well, I think, with the two clubs. So obviously you're getting the benefit of being together, and you're working hard independently as well. Yeah,
and this group actually, they won on the 14B together, and that was the start of them. The following year they won 14A, and like they've been growing in stature ever since, like, and this is another step in the road for them now.
Jerry, who are the mentors involved with you in the minors? Well, we must also mention, I suppose you were in the minor C semi-final last week, a brilliant tussle with Barefield out in Tower.
Yeah, we had a great battle in Tower. We came up a little bit short, but sure, that's the way it goes. We won't win them all. The mentors that's involved, John Punch, a Feakle man, now living in Ruan, Joe Cahill, and Declan Fitzgerald from Corofin, and Colin Mounsey also from the Ruan side.
And it's very easy. When did you first come together with this group of players, or was there another group that joined together first?
Back in 2012, Corofin and Ruan amalgamated just for the 1 year. And we ended up in an under-16A final. And we never continued with the amalgamation. But we started again 2 years ago, and we drew up a charter that we would stick with it for 5 years to see what would become of it. So we had 2 fantastic years the first 2 years. This is our 3rd year. We're having most enjoyment, and it's going well. I must really compliment the Corofin mentors. They're the easiest guys in the world to get on with. They are so committed. It's hurling that matters. There's no hidden agenda, and there is nobody pushing for their own club. Our amalgamation is absolutely fantastic in that regard, and we're very united, and we get on great.
Can't wait to see you playing each other in the intermediate championship in a couple of years' time. But we'll definitely be streaming that game live for free. I suppose, Martin, I suppose from your own perspective, you did great. I suppose people weren't really talking much about you, as you alluded to there. Top 4 semi-final was going to be an achievement for you. You had a brilliant, tough fought win against Clooney Quinn over in Ogunda last week. How did the story of that game go for you?
Yeah, I suppose the last round of the league section when we played Aina Killenana, and they beat us well off the field, and we'd only a 3 or 4 day turnaround to the quarter final against Scariff Ogunda in Tulla, and the 20 lads that were there 2 nights afterwards, they were there ready to go again, and they fought out a very tough game against Scariff Ogunda, and we knew that evening that there was a chance we could go further on it, and they started to believe on themselves. And that evening against Clooney Quinn, we were up against a well-trained Clooney Quinn team. It went down, I think, in the first water break. It was level, half time it was level, third it was level, and there was only a point in it at half time or full time. So that'll tell you how close that game went. It'll do us a lot of good. We know going into the final, it's a massive test. These are the flag bearers for the last 2 years.
In fairness, starting already.
Yeah.
Well done.
But they have been unbelievable, and fair play to them. They have set the standard, and that's where every club needs to get to, and that's where you have to get to. When a group of players get together and you have a special group, it's lovely to see them putting it in and getting there and getting the rewards.
You can get the most out of them, whether the win
or not.
So, Jerry, from your perspective, how has your campaign to the final been so far?
Well, when the groups were drawn out, we felt we were in the group of death, because we were in with 6 Mile Bridge and Clarecastle, and those 2 clubs were also in the semi-final 2 years ago.
You had a tough first game against 6 Mile Bridge above in Corofin.
We had indeed, and we'd expect nothing else. You'd never get it soft from the bridge. We had a massive battle, and we were absolutely thrilled to come away with a victory that day. We heard then we had a bye, and we heard about the game between Clarecastle and 6 Mile Bridge, and we were a little bit surprised that Clarecastle won it. But when we ended up playing them, we realised why they won it, because we had a ferocious battle with them ourselves, and we just about beat Clarecastle. It was a phenomenal, tough game. And then a little bit later on, when Clarecastle were only beaten by a point by Clooney Quinn, we says, we could understand it, because this is a serious Clarecastle team. And we know Clooney Quinn. We met Clooney Quinn in the semi-final of under 16 2 years ago, and Clooney Quinn are a massive team. But by golly, did we get a shock when Feakle Killenana beat Clooney Quinn. We honestly did not expect that result. So we're scratching our heads since and saying, what have these lads up their sleeve for us?
So basically, you've no business showing up to play 50 games, is that what you're saying?
Well, we've every business in turning up, but I tell you, we have serious respect for Feakle Killenana. We didn't meet them at all in the under 16 2 years ago. We didn't meet them at all in the group stages this year. So we've never played each other. Mm-hmm. But everybody is watching everybody else's results. And by golly, but we have taken note of their last result, that they beat Clooney Quinn, the fancy team as far as we were concerned. So fair play to Feakle Killenana. We look forward to the day.
I suppose both teams there was a decent Clare minor team last year and the last couple of years, and there's a lot of young players that were in those two minor teams that are representing both clubs this weekend, in the county final. Martin,
Yeah, I think there's four in each club, like, so competition is fierce, but it's not about them, not about the four in each. It's about the 20 to me that turn up every evening for training. You're not going to win it with 3 or 4. Every lad has got to be pulling his weight, and that's the way we have gone from the beginning to the end, and hopefully we can come near enough to it.
Jerry, who are the characters in your squad now? There must be a few lads that you'd be saying are leaders in the squad, or jokers, or guys that sort of you look to for a bit of inspiration or a bit of fun.
We have a lovely bunch of young lads. We've a serious talent in our squad, but we have some great crack as well. I mean, any evening that we turn up at training, you'll get a laugh out of Killenana O'Connor, you'll get a laugh maybe out of Diarmuid Cahill or Shane O'Brien, but the Ruan lads won't let it go to me either. Jack Lyons will be in with his Truppins Hate Me Word, and the two powers. Where would you be going without a bit of banter? And I have to say, training is always enjoyable. We do have a good bit of crack.
Yeah, I suppose yourself, Martin, as you'll be looking at our guys that sort of carry the dress from which you know, sometimes people stand up and be conscious. Have you guys like that in your squad?
Our fullback, Adam Hogan, he'd be the gangster of the lot, but he's the one that you really rely on the day as well, and he carries Oisin Clune, another strong bearer at centre back. They carry the respect to the other players, but they'll have the fun on the training evening with him as well.
Yeah, I suppose Jerry would say whenever the county final, what would your plan be now? I know Corofin Ruan have a lot of football to play as well. I think some of the lads are playing football even as we record this, and there might be more football. How do you tailor training over the next couple of weeks?
Corofin are a dual club, and we respect that. So there's football this evening. We have hurling training tomorrow evening, but the lads, and look at this, 5 or 6 of the Ruan lads playing football as well. So we have to take it into consideration. The training tomorrow evening will be exceptionally light. There's a possibility if they win their football game this evening, they could be playing another football game later in the week. So that eventually we'll get the football out of the way, and then we'll be able to concentrate on hurling, to be all hurling from then until the final. Look, we have to take it as it is. That's reality. The young lads, they love their football in Corofin the same way as they love their hurling, and we just got to respect that.
I suppose, Martin, it's just they don't have anything else to do with now, I suppose, in Feakle at the moment. Just for it's timing out 2 or 3 sessions or 4 sessions.
Well, it's probably 3, 4. We were of the idea that the final was this Sunday, so that's where our training was geared for next Sunday. So I don't know, is that decision being brought forward or
whatever it is?
But I think that's like we had Monday, Wednesday and Friday geared this week for the final on Sunday.
So the final word before we go. So Jerry, what's your final word I suppose for your aim now for the Kerry Group Minor A Hurling Trophy was in your possession for the last year. Has winning it given you a different perspective on how to prepare for another final, or compared to what you might have done last year?
It gives you an inner confidence. We have a lot of the lads on the panel this year that were involved last year, and it gives them a sense of maturity. But it's still only a game. It has to be played on the day, and it has to be won on the day. Things can go wrong. Somebody can get sent off, somebody can get injured.
Even in training, someone get injured.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you never know what's around the corner. All we can do is prepare our best and give it our best shot on the day. And Feakle Killenana will do the same thing, and I wish them the best of luck. I hope they don't beat us, but I hope that they really do themselves justice.
So Martin, from your perspective, you've been in 14B finals, 14A. and you run a 16-year semi-final. It's not like that you're invisible to the big day. So what do you think he'll be doing? Who would the guys, if he had been county managers, that's good, would they know what it takes to an even management to be prepared the next week or two?
Yeah, I suppose they'd have a little bit more than the lads from the preparation they had with the Clare thing last year, but like as I say, I suppose most of ours were in last year watching the county final. Afterwards we told them that's where you have to get to. The power that day inside against Clarecastle was unbelievable. The way, the power and the skill they played that day was unbelievable, and like that's where we've all to get to, and hopefully we'll have enough on Sunday to put it up to them and let the best team win it on the day.
So, but again, thanks very much to Jerry and Martin for playing. The Lions games are over, they're very relaxed with each other. I hope on the sideline it'll be as peaceful as it can be as in here. So again, well done to the very best of luck to both teams. It's a magnificent trophy to win. Very few clubs can get to win that trophy. So I'm sure all eyes on Willie Chaplin Cup whenever the county finals plays. Thanks very much to Martin and to Jerry.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Mike.